member state movement is not new in social sciences analysis, and stone after stone, treatise after treatise, it takes new interest too. The objective of today and of my presentation is to link the question of European social movement with a case example, really current, because it's really no, it's on the place of discussion, which is TAFTA. So we will start by explaining a little what is TAFTA. And on 14th of June 2013, the European Commission received a mandate from all the member states to negotiate with the United States of America a transatlantic free trade area, so TAFTA. We have to put this negotiation in a more deep historical context, which was opened in 1999 with the Transatlantic Declaration. And it's a dynamic opened between EEC and USA when at this moment in the common history it was known that the Soviet bloc will collapse, and it was kind of dynamic to make closer and closer the European Western Bloc and the USA. In this dynamic you can find some stuff about NATO and etc. And there is trade and exchange aspect in economic too, but in politics mainly. Today, this agreement seeks to create a vast market of free trade between these both spaces, these both areas, in the European Union countries and the United States of America, going beyond the World Trade Organization. It means with more liberal way. So in this map you can see in hard deep blue you have a country sure will be included in this agreement, and in more light blue you have countries maybe who will be associated to this agreement. The draft of a transatlantic trade agreement can be analyzed comparing to the current European Common Market as a new step in the dismantling of remaining tariff, and more importantly the removal of non-tariff barriers. And one of the consequences is that amplifies the unbridled competition between enterprise and competition or conflict of interest about the law between the states and enterprise too, and big company mainly. And it prevents relocalization of activities. That is the agreement. So now we can speak in consciousness about what is TAFTA. But to go back to the social mobilization, now we have to see what caused the beginning of the negotiation. It caused a social movement, in fact. We will see why. This project, it's a new capitalistic avatar, and it was really quickly denounced by some part of social civil society, as for example altermondialist circles and union trade in Europe, and mainly because of the austerity context too. I mean, it was helped to denounce it quickly. A civic society network invests the issues since the early negotiation. And it's a platform, this civil society network. It's an Alter Summit platform. You can see one of their reunion in the left image. This platform bringing together association, union, collective, active in 20 nation member states of current European Union, and a few dozen of associations active at the very European level. So you have a lot of association acting locally or nationally in some different country, and other one who have more large area of activities. And they organized in June last year a European Social Forum. So the image is from this social forum, organized mainly by Alter Summit platform, and it was fixed among common objective to shed light about this negotiation open at the same moment in European institution and USA institution, and to initiate a campaign to root off TAFTA, so to stop the negotiation and to stop this project. Strictly speaking, the campaign was launched a few months later by an activist common meeting with all kind of activists of this network active in each different country. And it was the 11th of December 2014. Anti-TAFTA larger collective, that member of Alter Summit began to constitute as the case, local, national, or European collective, just focus on the root of TAFTA goal. This collective began to animate a reunion, meeting, and etc., a campaign, information initiative firstly, and actions too. And the last action, when I prepared this communication, that back to May 15, 2014. So just 10 days ago, yes, thank you. When an anti-TAFTA protest was held in Belgium, in Brussels, in front of the European Business Summit. And the demo has suffered a direct repression, and 250 people participating was taken by police in police station, in jail for the night. And it's not usual in Belgium, by the way, by the Belgian police. There is this kind of action were taken different way in different countries. Collectives are also required to contact institutions and elected representation to ask them to publicize their position vis-à-vis TAFTA project. If you're wondering if mobilization was born across the Atlantic, yes, but the interlocutor is not the same. European mobilization as the European Commission or European representative, for example, as interlocutors. In USA there is some other stuff happening, there is some links, but their interlocutor is USA institution, even if the goal can be the same. But this difference is important. Because we can say that we are in presence of a social mobilization. We will just see some classical aspect, classical characteristic of a social movement. According to Eric Neveu, we can say shortly that it's a form of collective and concerted action for a cause. It needs identification of an opponent or interlocutor. It depends which degree of confrontation you are. And it uses a varied collective action repertoire. It means it's not focused only on one way. It acts publicly, it's important, and mainly in an extra-institutional way. What it's important when we say that it acts publicly, it could be different than, for example, some lobbies activities who can act in a gray zone. You don't know really, they are not making necessary the stuff in front of camera, in front of the street, in front of eye of citizen, and it can make some problem. It's, for example, the case with the doubt about corruption. And we have only something really to be focused about. If it's a social movement, if we are sure that it is, it is a European social movement? And it's, I mean, the second question we have to answer, can we say that it is European? Does TAFTA mobilization, does TAFTA current mobilization, it's an European mobilization? Classically, the concept of social movement was shaped for nation states. And the development of regional and transnational mobilization interests particularly. It participates, I mean, to think again or to to go to reconsider this national state concept. The notion of European as adjective can be misleading because it can suggest that if you say European social movement, the mobilization is equal in all the countries, for example, all the member states in European Union. It can be misleading too, because it can include an identitarian, geographical, or geopolitical characteristic which is not necessarily present. To see if, for example, there is an identitarian aspect, I mean a notion of to feel European identity in a mobilization, you need to have extensive empirical studies about this mobilization. So, in our presentation, just this little focus about this adjective it's interesting because we can observe evidently that this mobilization is shared beyond of the border of one or two nation states members of European Union, and but we can see that there is some pole, there is some country, there is some place where all contradictions are concentrated and we are really more active than some others too. For example, Brussels. And it's not, I mean, it's like if you see French social mobilization, the city of Paris is really important, capital, because it concentrates the institution, more demonstration in front of institution, for example, etc. But it's not only that. There is some country more active, there is some place more active, there is some place where network are more efficient too. On the point of European mobilization, Donatella Della Porta and Manuela Caiani, Italian social science and politist, mainly Universitarian, write a book named Social Movement and Europeanization in 2009, and they speak of the context of externalization to show an overflow possible, a process who come beyond border of a nation state, like a virus, in fact. And the fact that the current European institution and the current situation help to that. What seems apparent is that the last decade we have seen the first achievements that go beyond simple incantation calls for transnational movement in Europe. Before that, in the end of the 20th century, the fail of European Trade Union Confederation, ETUC, was known since the 80s, at the moment, in fact, that they were trying to do the first classical trade union demonstration with strikes and etc. In the same moment, the altermondialist circles, it was really, except Alter Summit or except this kind of activities of like they do in Athens, they were just able to be nothing, able to make nothing. Alter Summit was the only concrete activity of them. Their heritage is to have culturally put forward the slogan "Another Europe is possible," which became symbolically very operative with the crisis and built the base of current network. With anti-TAFTA mobilization, relied by civil society in all member states, an additional step seems to be reached in an extensiveness way. A transnational call and a deeper externalization will move toward a better Europeanization of many mobilization before even if an European sales coverage is not reached, complete European sales coverage. If it's not present in all member states, it's not problematic. We can say that there is a dynamic of externalization, of Europeanization. We can try to understand a little better which kind of factors can help in this processes. So this process of extensivity in the Europeanization There is four, it's non-exhaustive by the way, but there is four points that I want to underline. The first is the maturity of altermondialist network. They grow up, they take really more strongness, more experiments too, and now they have the ability to anticipate and drive call, to fight and to mobilize. Alter Summit as platform, not only Al Summit, is a really significant example. Second, the success of implementation of a calendar inside the European elections calendar. It means that the call to mobilize have succeeded to penetrate inside an institutional and a classic political calendar. And for example, it had been done as calling for a European Day of Action just before the European election in different countries with different processes and etc. But a common call just to underline the topic of anti-TAFTA just before the European election. And in fact it's a European Day and the European Week of Action about that, and it's no. So I have no internet, I have not tried to check some stuff, but currently in some other place in European Union there is action, there is protest, there is speech on the street, and etc. Third, the widely shared consensus on the democratic deficiencies of European Union institutions, amplified with a turn toward austerity, and before that by dubs, popular political dubs, about last European Union treaties. It's helped a lot to reinforce, in fact, this capacity to make social mobilization in an extra-institutional way. And fourth, the convergence of many recent struggles, European-sized, and as for example, Internet freedom mobilization, anti-ACTA, as for example, child gaze oppositions. And we have some aspects in Bulgaria about the network of Green Network that we see the first day of lectures, about opposition to Central Bank, Central European Bank, or about, for example, Indignados. So, for example, we are the 99% launch jointly, in fact, in Greece, but mainly in Spain, and with an echo with USA too. So it's working. These four elements are helping to understand why it take more importance, in fact. And they are contextual elements. But the question is, what is the range of this social movement today? What it does it succeed about the goal and objective? For the moment, there is just to understand something. Before the start of the campaign, only activists or really one-head international relation commentators, for example, or some universitarian, were aware of TAFTA projects in society. The issue has since begun to emerge in the mediatic and political field of several member states. The fact that I'm making these lectures is another aspect. And the production of articles in the press, for example, in medias, pamphlets, videos, the use of social network for swarming in the street or in classes on internet, the issues, help to popularize the criticism about TAFTA. It's difficult to measure, but it's clear that a lot of other actors than Alter Summit take this revendication for themselves to know. There is other actors, so there is a spread. There is kind of beginning to be larger and to pass away the current first organizers. The movement comes inside the relationship between the internal forces of this process of negotiation. So European institution and USA institution. And the movement is come inside and create a more visible cleavage about the debate about Does it TAFTA is good for us, and etc., for economy, for democracy. And the mobilization helped to ensure that European political institution is now forced to shed light on public negotiation. In May 13, was publicly announced that the European Council of Ministers had an agreement to publish the proceeding of the negotiation. It was not published, no. It was not able, as citizen, for example, to see what is written in the street, and etc., etc. Thus, in June 2014, the first target seemed to have been reached. A year later, the launch of the mobilization, but is very far from the second goal, which is to root off TAFTA, to stop it. And symmetrically, that we speak about the range, the current range of the mobilization, we can speak about the main limitation of this movement. There is three interesting limits. First, and this is the most important, despite all the effort to coordinate to make something really European, I mean present in all member states, we can find the cleavage of European enlargement within this dynamic of mobilization. Lower mobilization, for example, in the countries of the latest enlargement. Language translation, for example, still incomplete. Need of a better media coverage of transnational action as transnational. This kind of limits. There is still a lot of work to overcome these limits. Second main limit, we can ask ourselves, is a mainly symbolic power relationship is relevant in a society marked by spectacular merchants. It means that the question of mass mobilization, able to reach the number of anti-ACTA protesters, for example, in the street, in 2012, it's important. It was a spontaneous movement with a lot of people, not so much coordination, but in fact, as a street power relationship, as confrontation, it was able to stop a process. And now it missed it. I mean, we can't see for anti-TAFTA mobilization this average of people in the street to protest, to demonstrate, and etc. Third, without these two conditions, so more extensiveness and, for example, latest enlargement countries and lack of power, street power, the risk of breathlessness and the final transfer of the issues to classical institutions like, for example, left political parties, it's possible. And in fact, if this social movement is not able to win by itself and it just transfers to this political party institution, it will be a failure, an admission of failure for example, altermondialists. So the second objectives seem to be completed only by overrunning the mentioned limits. These three limits must be passed through if you want that the anti-TAFTA can work as a movement. And so, a few words in order to broaden our thinking. If, I quote, social history teach that there is no social policy without a social movement able to impose it, as Pierre Bourdieu was underlining in the same article, so the proliferation beyond national frameworks of social struggle and the development of an European social movement looking broader international solidarity seems a necessary condition for imposing a democratization of the current system of the European Union. It means empowerment is necessary if you want to have a democratization of European institutions. Thank you. Some question? Yes. Do you have some questions?
For example, I can. It was really interesting. But for example, for me, TAFTA is something like an instrument for globalization. And if it's really possible to stop or limit globalization in the level of civil societies.
You speak about a process, as globalization as a process. TAFTA is, we can speak about it as international relation, concretization of this process in the law, in the economic and, for example, political relation between the state.
Yes, how can we make it easier? For example, or make the conditions about it.
To fight against?
Yes.
I mean, for social mobilization. It's about the limits we were speaking about. When we speak about a project of this size, of this with a lot of lobbies who support it, because the first image, maybe I have to explain a little why, because it's linked with what you say. You can see the lobbies, and who do something who can be nice, by the way, of European Union code, but she was not really, I mean, interested to that. She's quite surprised. In fact, what we can say about it, just you have political institutions of European and the USA level, for example, with public communication, etc., etc. In the globalization process, there is big companies, there is a lot of interest, not only about the European market or USA market, but big companies are active, I mean, in the world, and this interest, they have to push it about existing institution, so European Union, USA, etc. The problem for social mobilization is that it's really difficult to be able to be organized, for example, because there is not a lot of consciousness about what lobbies interest can do on the process of political decision. So it's the reason that to be able to do a social mobilization, to be informed, it's the main condition. If you want to start something, you must know that there is something to happen. So in fact, the problem is that, as I was saying, the topic is now starting to be more known by more people, to be discussing, the critique just start to appear, but it takes a lot of time. It takes something like 1 year, in fact, 10 months. And I don't know, just to do a little, how many people in this room were knowing that there was something named TAFTA in discussion actually between USA and European Union. How many people? So, as we see, even if we are students in social science and etc., interested and maybe media readers and etc., it's not something. It's not natural. I mean, to be informed, we have to have possibility to see the information or to search it. But there is so many stuff to do, so many information. So, first, to answer to you, it's to be informed and to organize. And to organize is complicated. Because, for example, the latest countries enters as member state in the European Union, there is difficulties, I mean, only in the European Union level to coordinate people as, for example, altermondialist activists, even if they have really, they want to have common cultures about activities and activist stuff. They want to share, they want to do European mobilization, but it's not only a question of will, it's a question of concrete capacity too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
for me, it's like you prefer to have a referendum in European level to make a decision in the thing like this. That's main question. Yes.
So in fact, you have the question of the democracy. Yeah. I mean, referendum in the size of European Union, it's not existing in fact. What I mean is, you can organize referendum in member states who have this capacity in their constitution, for example, but not at the size of European level. There is what shows social mobilization in the current European Union. It's you have to be clever to try to find some way to use institutional current system, with kind complicated about. I mean, it's not referendum, for example, was asked by a French activist network to say, yeah, we have to do a referendum in France about TAFTA if it's in discussion, if a French minister gave the mandate to the European Commission. So we have to do a referendum. But the possibility of making it, it's not, because it's not possible, I mean, and because it's a social mobilization where inside everybody knows that they want to root off TAFTA, but they are not only, I mean, they don't agree necessarily about the tactic too. What is the stuff who is clear for everybody, I mean, it's that the first problem is the lack of information, in fact. And why they are acting to try to to put in their responsibility representative at the national or European Parliament, for example, level, and why they use a calendar to go inside the calendar of European election. It's a way to put the debate in the European level without any instrument to do it in another way. I mean, there is no European television that you can come inside and just speak and blah blah blah, and there is not a capacity, even about some, for example, petition or stuff like that, to put this topic directly in debate in the European Parliament or in the Commission.
I have a question. I wonder if you have some impressions about the social groups most represented in these social movements, national social movements. What are your impressions about it? What kind of social groups are most represented there is most?
In the European level, it's different if you take all the groups active in Europe, for example, and if you compare with some in some member states. For example, I know that in Germany, it's really more association who take this problem, and they were not created. It was like attack association, really active on a lot of topics before, and it's in Germany it's more attack who is really active about that, and some political parties, but just a few. In France, mainly it's trade union who have capacity to make a movement, I mean to put in move association. It's not the same process. So you will find really more like classical union active, and even a lot of citizen collectives adding. Like for example, this kind of this, it was in the street of Paris. It's like anti-TAFTA association created just to fight against TAFTA, and they were not part of anything, association, union, and etc. The name of their little collective is Les Engraineurs. It means how to say that? People who with seeds who make problem to the other. It's a French expression, and. They choose this name linked to the seed and field, to spread in fact the information, making problems to people who have interest that not a lot of people know about TAFTA and etc. So in fact to make problem about lobbies, to make problem to lobbies, and they are really in information. In the other side, you will have, for example, political parties in the European election for the Parliament, who will be really more aggressive And really more, I mean, they will announce, yeah, if you choose us and etc., we will try to fight against NAFTA inside the European Parliament. So give your voice to us. So mainly to answer you, there is more civil society. I mean, it's really association. The main roots are really associative. You have the union in support in some country where the tradition of union it's more in the confrontation, social conflict, not in negotiation in the work, not corporatism, but more politic union. And because of the election, you have in some part, for example in Greece, with Syriza, and or in Spain with the new left party from Indignados, or in France with the Left Front or stuff like that. They are active, but it's really, I mean, in a few countries. Association everywhere, sometimes union, and because of the context of European election, some left anti-liberal parties who take to the revendication.
So, it's funny that you present a transnational movement against a transnational treaty. But because I think that a lot of people are not aware with that, you have to explain why people are against this treaty. Because you begin like it is no more that it is negative. Is it really negative? That's the first question you have to think about that. And why? In this case, it is negative. And if we have transnational movement, it could be surprising that it is against the transnational treaty. Because never forget that we invent globalization in Europe. It's our responsibility. So,
yes.
There is missing part in your presentation, in my opinion, and the first, you have to explain why the people are against the TAFTA.
Yes, I pass on it really quickly. So my communication is not made to judge if it's good or bad. I mean, or if it's efficient in economical part or not.
Why the protest?
The protest because it's analyzed as a new capitalistic avatar, and altermondialist circles, for example, as Alter Summit, are against the process of liberalization. It's true that it's better to precise about that. Altermondialist circles, for example, they are from a tradition of recomposition of the civil society after the change of paradigm in a political debate and position, after the collapse of Soviet Union and the fail of classical organization of, for example, left communist parties in the West, or lack of civil society network in the Eastern Europe, etc., etc. It creates, but it's not only in Europe. It was made to critique, for example, World Trade Organization policies, made to critique NATO activities in Africa or in Asia, everywhere, in fact. It was active to critique and to fight against a mondialization made about liberal conception of the market and of international relations. It's not something with consensus. I mean, inside there is contradiction. There is no common voice. There is no common position in a lot of different topics. But the stuff who aggregated these different parts of in the what I named altermondialist circles, and I choose circles really to show that it's not like pyramids, not organization as parties, it's more like aggregation. The stuff who aggregated everywhere is really this slogan, another world is possible, means the current world, mondialization in a liberal way, economical liberal way, capitalistic way, etc., with the ideological idea that there is no alternative, and it's the end of the history, no change, no it's possible, we have just to manage what will happen. This apparatus have to be critic and fight by citizens, because another world is possible, and for this another world we want social justice, for example, different repartition of the richness product in the world, or more ecological law, critique about big corporation at the worldwide level, and their capacity to be stronger as nation state, for example, in different cases. It's all these elements who create what we can name altermondialist ideas, thinking.
I think that you missed the important part of the alcoholist message, because it is the Polyvar's poetry. Another world is possible, but it is in this world. It exists in this world. Un autre monde est possible, mais il est insuffisant.
Ah, yes.
La seconde partie, très importante.
Yes.
Oui,
Right.
another world is possible, but it cannot be disintegrated, cannot be separated by this world. So globalization and outer-globalization have to go together. And the synergy between
Yes, yes. No, I totally agree. Yes.
And if there are conflicts and no shared opinion, how can we show that these movements represent citizens, the interest of citizens? They may fight for democracy, but their inner structure might be not democratic.
Yes. You see the same contradiction about the participation of election, for example, and abstention. I mean, it's really interesting, this question is really interesting, because for the moment we can say, honestly, that there is just a few people in the street like that with something like, yeah, stop DAFTA, yes. In fact, it's all the complexity of investment of people. If we are in a, it needs, I mean, a precision about what we call democracy, in fact. That's the democracy is the capacity of each citizen to be able to show his opposition to something in the street. So, in fact, does you need to have 51% or maybe 99% people of the street to be able to say that, oh, it's a mobilization who shows that really, in fact, in our country, everybody is against this stuff. So we will stop it. Does elected representative have to heard about a street demonstration? Because in fact, they are elected. So if you are elected, why do you need to heard about people who mobilize or who say, oh, it's not good that you do? Because you have a legitimacy from the election. So in fact, what I try to say, it's the complexity to understand really does a number of people in the street is an important element to say if it's democratic or not. It's the same problem that does abstention. What is I mean the main how we have to understand abstention about a European election, for example, for the parliament or in a state level. Does it mean that people don't go to vote because they don't support the election, or does they don't go because they have not informed? It's really the same for a social movement. I mean, it can be similar. Does people don't go to the street because they don't support the mobilization, or does they don't go to the street because they don't know about? Does I give elements?
Just a remark about the first little, cartoon. If you can. For me, it's very dangerous cartoon. I explain why. Because everybody knows that lobbies are everywhere inside you. You is rich with lobbies. And if we have to try to have another world, we have to try to imagine a situation with another kind of lobbies or another kind of movement like that. But it is not the good you against the evil American and so on. It is not like that. Absolutely not. The capitalism is here, inside. It is not a fight against this big bull and so on. You know, it's dangerous because we can imagine that in certain movement we imagine that we are the good and the other are the bad. You know, but it is not like that because it's why a treaty, a transatlantic treaty, could be nice. Absolutely, it could be nice in another situation, in another democratic way, not with lobbies inside and outside.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think, for example, this image would be really more efficient if it was not rated lobbies, but European Business Summit, for example.
Something like that.
Because in fact, to precise, because lobbies means a lot of stuff, but nothing in the same times. There is lobbies of civil society network in Brussels. Just the stuff important to clear, they have not the same capacity. They have not the same office in Brussels. They have not the same amount of money to pay experts, jurists, lawyers, etc. They have not, and I don't say that they have to have the same, to have a lobby system efficient, but it's just that the European Business Summit and all the history of treaties, negotiation, and big change about the common market. We know that the construction of lobbies in Europe, lobbies activities in Europe, was really important, and that it's not political cultures shared in all the European countries. For example, in France, it's really, bad. You have some other countries that it's normal, and it's really it's integrated in the political cultures. And it's the reason, for example, that there is a different law and different change in the European Parliament and in the commissions about how lobbies are managed. They have authorization, they have registration when they go to visit, for example, a parliamentary elected representative. There is declaration of interest of people who participate. There is a lot of stuff made for clearance, clearancy, and there is debate to go to more clearancy, to publish some different text about what is decided when, for example, elected representative go to something organized by, for example, a corporation with these lobbies in Brussels. They invite, for example, people, as, for example, anti-TAFTA movement can invite left elected representative to join a demonstration. I mean, it's really, as Professor Gilles Roy said, it's not a question of moral. It's not, yes, they do that, they are bad. No, there is common practice, but it's not the same interest, in fact. I mean, lobbies of business, European Business Summit, have not the same interest that Alter Summit. And in fact, this cleavage is a fight for legitimacy about European citizens too. Because Business European Summit will say to you that they represent the people, because in fact they provide the work to the people, because they are the aggregation of enterprise who creates the wealth of the European Union, and so their legitimacy is to be one of the main actors of the construction of a wealthy Europe and with good job provided, etc. European Summit will say at the opposite that no, enterprise it's private interest, our legitimacy is to protect the public interest, the so-called public interest. But it's the same in what to define private, what is private, what is public. Does entrepreneur have you to consider that he provide you a job, or does civil movement have you to consider that it protect your interest, even if you don't agree? I mean, about what he do. It's really a cultural fight. I mean, there is a question of legitimacy it's political debate. That is politic. That is politic. And so you cleavage, struggles. It's a struggle. And the question of democracy is how you organize this cleavage in a common place, in fact. So question of clearance is really important currently in the European level, because it's really critical about the lack of clearance about European institutions.
So the new political activities are already in transnational. They have this transnational level. Or not?
Can you
Well, they
repeat?
coexist.
I have no heard, I mean the beginning of yours.
The new political activities, they have transcended the national level and they are already in the transnational level.
I think that if we speak about politics in an extra-institutional way, political cleavage, there are some, and maybe the main one with the question of clearance in democracy, in institution, with a transnational, but maybe a worldwide one. I mean, it's something that you can find in 99% movement in America, you can find in this anti-TAFTA mobilization, but that you will find, I mean, in all countries in the world. Because, in fact, it's always the main critique with addressed to a state or to an organization. Even, for example, WTO, when there is a circles table or meetings, it's always a question of that with push. After that, you have some others about how to define politics, I mean, and what, for example, what is universality, you will find other cleavage. But maybe the main one and the common one, for me, it's this one. In the European Union, it's really efficient. I mean, it's really relevant that it's really shared. The mobilization against austerity or against the central bank in Europe shows that during all the years since the beginning of the so-called crisis, but it's not really good to name the crisis, in fact. But this political time of few years, this political period, it's one of the main question pushed it. The mobilization of indignados, it was go to the street, Thomas Lacaille, Democracia Realia. It means a real democracy for now. So in fact it was a call to demonstration, so a call to mobilization, civil, social mobilization for democracy, transparency, etc. It was not saying like, for example, destroy the private interest, in fact. It was saying we want democracy. So it's another aspect.
Just last remark that legitimacy to accept this treaty has the European Parliament with other representatives. So we also have a responsibility who represent us in European Parliament.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Yes, it's really linked with what we were speaking of this, and it's reason that at the end of the week and at the beginning of June, it will be interesting to follow what happened about that. What will be said about that? All the debate about the new commission too will be really important, because in fact it will be a point that we will be able to measure if it will provoke some speech about, some change about, some position about, because no, it's not sure. We know that the debate appears because there were nothing, nobody to speak about that. I mean, no press, no media coverage, nothing in television, just little stuff in internet, and no, it's grow a little. For example, after the demonstration in Brussels, after the arrestation of all these people, and some of them were, for example, I don't know, people really like president of association of I don't know what, etc. Because of the repression and the arrestation, and even more in Brussels, I mean, where the police is not so aggressive, in fact, in general. And because of it was in front of the European Business Summit, it provoked like a spread in the media, and a lot of articles. You can do some stuff, it can be funny sometimes. You go in Google Actualities, and it just, if you use keyword, you see how many articles, for example, in the same subject, that be right in your languages the last 24 hours. And it's interesting because if there is, for example, I don't know, a meeting in Grenoble, in my city, you will say, yeah, meeting in Grenoble, you will say 1 or 2 articles from local, regional press. For the demonstration against the Business Summit, you have a high average of articles, even comparing to events with an European level. So it means that it provokes more speech about. And after the European elections, we will see if there will be the beginning of a speech inside the institution about that. If the cleavage, what we can underline with the social mobilization laser too, will be present too in the new parliament, debate about the commission, and etc.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yes.
The last one.
I have a direct question.
Yes.
Are you part of the strike? And what's your personal opinion about the movement?
Okay, my personal opinion is I'm against TAFTA, but I'm not part of Alter Summit. By the way, for me, it's interesting stuff. I mean, I like to try to analyze this with social science tools, this kind of tool, this kind of dynamic, altermondialist, and etc. But it's not my roots. I separate what I do as, for example, activist, and what I say when I do yes social science stuff.
It is not easy.
Yes, but it's
Because
not
I'm
easy.
in your situation, I know.
And it's the reason that, for example, as
You need Jiminy Cricket.
I have, but Serge is really bigger than Jiminy Cricket. You know. No, but yes, my personal position is I'm against this agreement. But we have to know more about how it works. I mean, this agreement and the opposition about this agreement. It's not only a question of principle. I mean, I want to understand too, with distance, how it's working, and maybe to have a better way to understand my position too. You know what I... You're welcome.